Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Mike Manfield here on Twitter posting this, a new Ripple scam. So a bit of a public service announcement. If you guys are getting these types of emails, new Ripple scam email I just received, beware crypto Twitter. So this going out to all XRP hodlers. So be careful guys if you're getting an email like this. Here's what we have in store moving forward. It looks like it's from Ripple. I'm talking about the financial disaster that is hitting the global economy. Even though funding has withered down globally, Ripple is determined to making a stand in support. The biggest thing you have to be wary of are any kinds of links that you guys are getting in these emails. So don't click anything. Always delete these emails, report them as spam. Usually they're from addresses that make it look like, or they're trying to spoof the Ripple address, but they might have a weird little character or accent above one of the letters in the URL. Also, just take a look at the suffix of the email. So if it's like Ripple at, and then see what that word is. If it's not ripple.com, likely it is not a real email. Also, you got to think to yourself, why the hell would Ripple be sending you emails? So something to be wary of. Wanted to thank Mike just for letting us know about that. I guess I should also take this opportunity, and I mentioned it in this morning's video as well. Got to thank you all, first of all, for using my affiliate link. I know you guys have been buying Ledgers up like no tomorrow. And Ledger is offering a Black Friday week sale, I guess it's called. These are just some of the packages of some of the ledgers you could buy, but you can buy them individually as well. So again, I do have an affiliate link in the description of the video. You can use my link, you don't have to use it, but I wanted to mention this because Ledger is having this Black Friday week sale. They're stating here 10% off some of the packs. And you can also get up to $30 in Bitcoin when you buy one of the Ledger products. So I know some of you guys are looking to buy a crypto cold storage wallet anyway. I've been doing this now for 4 years, and Black Friday is the best deal Ledger does put on, at least up until now. Maybe they'll change that in the future. Anyways, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. Just remember that. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention. You don't say, according to a report published by Japan's Nikkei news outlet, China is suspected of stockpiling gold to cut their dependence on the US dollar. So let's bring it around to some global news here and what China, an economic superpower, is doing to alleviate some of that dependence on the US dollar. During the first week of November, the World Gold Council, or the WGC report that covered last quarter's global gold demand, noted that central banks worldwide purchased close to 400 tons of gold in quarter 3 of 2022. So this is not just China, guys. This is central banks worldwide. The study highlighted that it was the most on record, and the WGC researchers also spotted a substantial estimate of underreported buying. The report, published on November 22nd, now says that the mystery gold buyer is likely China, and it further alleged that the country bought a substantial amount of gold from Russia. So you can see what these countries are doing here, right? They are setting themselves up, and this is no secret. Putin has gone on the record and said the same kind of thing. They're essentially setting themselves up so that they are not at the mercy of SWIFT and potential sanctions that Western countries might want to put on them. So they're stockpiling gold. They're obviously going to move onto a different standard that does not include the US dollar. According to the report published by Japan's Nikkei news outlet, China is suspected of stockpiling gold to cut greenback dependence. Nikkei's report followed the recent study published by the World Gold Council that shows a large amount of gold purchased by the world's central bank last quarter. So again, lots of central banks purchasing up gold. China is purported to be one of the larger ones, all things we should be paying attention to. Considering, we are in the midst of a great reset. There is going to be a new financial standard. And, if the United States doesn't move quickly, the turnover of power might, in fact, go to China and their allies. So anyway, wanted to thank Michael for posting that. It's unfortunate, because we have a better mousetrap. We have RippleNet. We have XRP. And yet the government, because they want to protect their banker buddies in the legacy system, have decided to put a halt to that. And it's working. It's working in the United States. The good news is it's not working worldwide. Ripple has continued to make waves worldwide. In this particular case, one of their partners, Thunes, has become Wexin/WeChat's first payment infrastructure provider. And guess who they are servicing, guys? 1+ billion users in China, the major player alongside Alipay. So this is big news coming from T-Hole Bet at XRP. Ripple partner Thunes has teamed up with China's Tencent financial technology, allowing members of the Thunes network to send payments to the 1.3 billion with a B, users on Tencent's Wexin service. The collaboration makes Thunes the first payment infrastructure network to connect with the Chinese company, according to a Tuesday news release. Most of the users on Wexin, known internationally as WeChat, are in China. China is now seen as a global leader in digital payments and payment innovation, and mobile payments at the forefront of the evolution. This coming from Daphne Huang. Thune's Senior Vice President for the Asia Pacific region. We are excited to bring the ability to connect our global customers with Wixen's massive customer base, creating tremendous opportunities for service enhancements and revenue generation for all members in our ecosystem. Earlier this year, Payment spoke with Thune's collection CEO, Christophe Bourbier, who discussed the company's Pay the World slogan. He said for him, it meant a world in which customers across the globe can leverage technology to make payments as easy as using an instant messaging platform. And what better way to do that, guys, than to leverage RippleNet technology through the Thune's partnership? Here's another quote. When we say pay the world, we would like any payment, not just payments in the United States or Europe or between the US and Europe, but any payment to be as easy, quick, and inexpensive as sending a WhatsApp message, Bourbier told Payments. However, he argued, that customers in developed regions like the US and Europe have much more advanced options than people in regions like Africa, the APAC region, and Latin America, where payment options and connectivity are limited. So this Thune's partnership, guys, really going to change how billions of users in China make payments. And this is not just limited to China, although a lot of these users are in fact in China. I'm assuming part of their bigger vision is to reach out worldwide, especially in the Asia Pacific region. I think that's probably where it'll likely start. This article was originally from the Malaysia Sun Times. So Malaysia, another country where payments, easy, frictionless payments are necessary. Anyway, wanted to thank T. Holbetic for posting that. Another interesting mini thread here, guys, from Wrath of Kahneman on Twitter, tracking with questions Ripple user 3S Money. They've partnered with Crown Agent Bank UK to offer 35 plus new currencies, including hard-to-reach Brazilian real, the Ghanaian cedi, the West African franc, with access to 45 new local payment rails. So you guys are noticing this? Exotic currencies and using Ripple user 3S to facilitate this. But who's using whom? So some questions here asked by the Wrath of Kahneman. In the PR, 3S is using CAB to add more currencies to their platform, not the other way around. CAB specializes in hard-to-reach markets with a single API. They seem like the kind of company that could be a candidate for Ripple usage. Down here, he goes on to say, and in fact, they are connected to other Ripple users like Corpay, Cambridge, Global Payments, but in the same manner as 3S. So just an article here, some supporting evidence, just backing that point up. To follow the trail a little further, in 2016, CAB was acquired by Helios Investments, a UK firm investing in Africa. Helios also has a majority investment in Fari, a prominent money transfer firm that uses Ripple, especially in Egypt and the UAE. So notice all these connections, guys, and these companies realize too that the more the ecosystem builds out, the more they start using the same blockchain for the same purposes, the more value will be added to that particular blockchain. In this case, obviously, we're talking about RippleNet. And the more seamless these payments will be in exotic currencies like the currencies that Wrath of Kahneman did mention up here. Which ones were they again? They were Brazilian real, the Ghanaian cedi, and the West African franc. And 45 new local payment rails. So, in order for that entire global inclusivity, right? Considering there are still so many different types of fiat currencies around the world, and all these different countries, they might have their, particular fiat. We're going to have to see the network build out in order for this to be as seamless as possible, in order for the most vulnerable people in some of these countries to be able to make payments, poof, in the blink of an eye. So it is no coincidence. I think it is by design that, these Ripple partnered companies are working together to create a more inclusive atmosphere for payments. What conclusions are fair to draw from this? Maybe none, just more questions. It really is tempting, though, to see the 3S announcement on the heels of Ripple announcing ODL in Brazil and Africa. So also notice that, right? Ripple did just say that they were opening up ODL in Africa through their MFS connection. And here with this partnership news, they're already talking about the Brazilian real, the Ghanaian cedi, and the West African franc. So Ghana and West Africa and Brazil, another country that they mention here. We know Ripple already has ODL in Brazil. Nothing certain can be inferred, however. The more Ripple user connections, the better, of course. CAB bears watching long term, and I'm wondering if there could be more to it. Until then, don't buy fake coins exchanges used to collateralize their speculation. A good little tweet thread here by the Wrath of Kahneman, pointing out another connection that we may not have seen, considering a lot of these articles were from a while ago. But always good to keep up on these connections because you know that they are going to connect in some more meaningful capacity down the road, and we're starting to see that now. So wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. XRP Arcade just brought this up, so they just updated their website. View all the fiat currencies XRP is paired with, along with the exchanges offering those pairs. So XRP Arcade, a great resource hosted by Leonidas. And here's a page on their website, and he just goes through all the different fiat currencies that do have XRP pairings And you can click on the drop-down menu and you can see where the exchange is, and it's a hyperlink to that particular exchange. So if you do, in fact, want to trade XRP in those particular fiat currencies, and you're looking for an exchange where you can do that, he's got this really great resource here where you can take a look. And there's many different currencies here. I guess he's tried to make it as up-to-date as possible. And I guess it is still a work in progress. Nevertheless, a really great resource if you guys are looking for an XRP off-ramp, depending on which country you live in. So XRParcade.com, been a great resource for several years now. I've been using it for a while, since I started this channel. It's great to see Leonidas updating that, so I wanted to thank him for posting this. And going back just to touch a little bit on the lawsuit and the intricacies, I guess the specifics of XRP versus Ripple, Homeland Security playing with words. Now, this was posted by Nathan Price here, and this document was from 2014, Risks and Threats of Cryptocurrencies. Again, from 2014, prepared for the Homeland Security Enterprise. So this is a government institution over here. They mention Ripple XRP is based on a consensus algorithm and is not controlled by a centralized institution or government. Users cannot invest in Ripple. They mean XRP here, as he points out. Ripple also serves as a bridge currency, meaning it can convert currencies that otherwise are unable to transact together. So it is a little bit confusing, considering at this point in time, the term XRP and Ripple were, interchangeable for all intents and purposes. Down here, there's some people trying to explain this. Originally, XRP were referred to as Ripple credits. Racer XRP here saying in 2014, the coin XRP was called Ripple. They later changed it to XRP to be less confusing. Now, that's not entirely true. The coin was always called XRP, but because Ripple was the one using it pretty much exclusively at that time, it was interchangeable with the term Ripple, and exchanges listed it as Ripples, but it was actually an inaccurate term. But Bitcoin maxis, as he points out here, years later, Bitcoin maxis and certain Fox/CNBC hosts still call it Ripple, but that is not by mistake. They are serving their master and inferring that XRP is somehow like a stock. So that's where a bit of the conspiracy part comes in here too. It is a different thing. They are very linked in obvious ways. However, this old document from 2014, I think at that time was trying to be as clear as possible. However, maybe it adds to some confusion. Nevertheless, I think we have come a long way since then, but I wanted to thank Nathan Price for pointing that out. The bigger issue here, guys, is really how we're going to see Ripple change the face of finance. And Jim Willie has actually come out and made a statement on this podcast from a few months ago. Okay, so this was from February of 2022. Ripple is going to be a household name. The banksters sued Ripple in order to hold them back, buy time in order to develop their own Ripple/XRP knockoff, but they failed. So Jim Willie, guys, for those of you who do not know, he's a statistical analyst in market research and retail forecasting. He holds a PhD in statistics. His career has stretched over 22 years. And he's a bit of a character, I gotta say. I've heard him speak before. His website is goldenjackass.com, but he is very knowledgeable. And so I thought I'd bring you guys this clip. Listen to what Jim Willie has to say. And mind you, this was from February earlier this year. Listen to this.
And there was another frivolous lawsuit of Ripple Labs by the U.S. government. It's, David, just to slow them down.
They're just kicking the can down the road. They're just slowing the pace.
Because the banksters are not ready. And
I'm
going to make a bold comment, and it's just in my own vernacular. The banksters are good at fraud and murder. They're not good at software engineering.
Yeah.
Okay. There are lots of precedents, like Neil Kahneman was murdered and replaced. He was all about the old bonds, the gold-backed bonds. They murder people left and right. They actually murdered somebody, a source of mine. They murdered a close friend of his in Europe, and it really shook up my friend. The banksters sued XRP and Ripple Labs in order to buy time, not so much to hold them back as to, well, it's two motives. One, to hold back the development of the Ripple Labs, but it didn't work because they're still working. And the other motive is to buy time in order for the banksters to develop something in a similar manner with the intellectual property so that they can match Ripple and say, we've got our own Ripple. We don't need your Ripple, but they failed. And now they're saying, we need your Ripple. We're going to make a deal with you. We're going to have a timetable. We're going to have a schedule. It's going to be 18 to 24 months. We've got a span of time, and it is our accord. It's proof that the banksters failed in developing a similar system to XRP, and the same thing happened with Reggie Middleton. They failed in developing the building blocks for the digital financial structures that include banks and bond markets and stock market. It's the whole works.
So in a sense, their fate is sealed.
Their fate is sealed, and they bought in to the digital system.
So according to Jim Willie, their fate is sealed and they bought into the digital system. Note here, they tried to keep Ripple down while trying to create a substitute, something that was a replica of the XRP ledger and the XRP cryptocurrency, but they did not succeed. So at a point, what Jim Willie is insisting here is that they went back to Ripple and they said, okay, now that you've been sued, you're in court now, we're going to give you an 18 to 24 month timeline, guys, which brings us to, of course, December of 22. We are expecting a settlement soon, even if it does leak into the first quarter of 2023. Brad Garlinghouse was saying, we do feel very confident that by early 2023, we will see a resolution to this. But he's insisting here, it was all a ploy. It was all a scam to keep them down. They tried, they failed, and they've noticed Ripple has been continuing to make waves globally, and so it's not stopping their momentum. So what's the next best solution? Well, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them, and this is why they put them on the timeline, 18 to 24 months. And I mean, is it any surprise? We know Ripple is in cozy with the IMF, the BIS, the World Economic Forum, and Jim Willie here back in February of this year, stating that the court case is in fact on a timetable, 18 to 24 months. All things that make you go, The timeline is coming to an end, guys. I can't wait to see my XRP start moving. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.